now, Vancouver Island, Canada, but I lived for many years in the United States, which is where I was involved with BPW and still am. I immigrated from South Africa, where I was born, and moved to New York. And I read an advertisement in the newspaper about a women's organization, and I thought it would be great to belong to that. That started my journey. My professional career, I was trained as a midwife, so I specialized in high-risk obstetrics, and it was a career I really loved. But situations changed when I moved countries where accreditations weren't properly recognized. And in the meantime, an opportunity came up for me to go into business, and I did. So I went into the construction business. But for me, BPW was where I started on Long Island, New York. And I was invited to the club. The lady who answered the phone when I recorded the phone number from the newspaper advertisement was also a nurse. And so we got along really well together, and she invited me to the meeting. And from there, the club was quite small at the time. There was probably only about 10 people at the meeting. And the president immediately grabbed me and said, "You know, you are a young woman and we need young ladies in our organization. And so I think you should be the next president." So they made me the president, and I asked for the lists of all the members they had in the past and decided to call everybody and brought them back. And so we rebuilt the club with some of the older members, lots of new members, and I continued to serve our club on Long Island 4 times as president, and then moved on, of course, to the international level, the state level, New York State, and then the international level, which was a very long career. That's been about 39 years now of BPW involvement. There's a long list of achievements because I promised to work very hard for the organization and accomplished quite a lot. I think the 3 key things in the achievements was that we signed an agreement with the United Nations Global Compact, which was to have more access for our women business owners and our members to advocate on many issues through the UN Global Compact. I also signed an agreement with the International Trade Center, and that was a subsidiary of the World Trade Organization. And they had a program where they wanted to get more women into the global supply chain. So we worked, my first meeting with them was in Chongqing, China, where we sat down and decided at a round table discussion with other women's organizations that we would create a platform for action where we would get more women into the global supply chain. And that sparked an annual meeting of bringing corporations together with our members who were ready with their businesses to do business. And it's been an ongoing successful issue now. The first one was in Chongqing, China. The second one was in Brazil. It was very nice there too. And it's gone to the UK and in other countries where governments have hosted it. Very successful program. So that was the ITC program that we put in place. And the last one was the Women's Empowerment Principles. That was done through UN Women, and based on initiatives to get more women into leadership roles in corporations and so on. And that also was very successful. I think 2 of the federations who really took that up and advanced it to wonderful levels is BPW Canada and BPW New Zealand. They really worked on those initiatives very hard. BPW Australia had some members that were very involved in the Global Compact. And in ITC, we've had many members and success stories of our members getting contracts. One of our members from Mexico got a contract to do coffee with a corporation. And so that's sort of, I think, one of the things that's very, very interesting to see how an international organization can provide a platform for its members to scale up into the worldwide organization for either business or advocacy or anything they wish, education projects. Of course, the Sustainable Development Goals through the United Nations, of which we know there are 17, allows our members to focus on anything they wish in those 17 Sustainable Development Goals, to focus on anything in their countries, in their communities that could make an impact. To lead an international organization like BPW International, or as we're called formally, the International Federation of Business and Professional Women, which now encompasses approximately 100 countries. To be a leader of that organization, it requires some skills. Firstly, you have to be very open to diversity, culture, which this organization provides us, education and culture, and just a look into other countries and how they live, how they work, how they do things, languages, and so on. So there's an aspect there of being completely open to this cultural diversity and to embrace it, because all of it is wonderful. The other thing is to have great humility. Humility because it is a great strength. To me, humility is a tremendous strength. Compare that to arrogance, which I think is a brick wall to learning. So humility is an enormous strength to have patience, to have respect, to really feel like you can embrace everybody, make sure that we have the ability to create harmony rather than any kind of divisions. And harmony takes a lot of leadership, especially in a women's organization where we have many women at different levels of education, accomplishments, business, and so on. And so respect has to be there at every level in order to embrace it. And of course, being that our motto is that BPW International develops the business, professional, and leadership potential of women on all levels through advocacy, education, mentoring, skill building, economic empowerment programs and projects around the world. Because we say that we do that, we therefore have to embrace everybody to see whether we can mentor them and scale them up to be great leaders, not only for BPW, but in their businesses, in their communities, in their countries, and worldwide presidents. That's what I think BPW stands for and should always strive to achieve. So BPW is an organization that is, and always can be and will be, very powerful because of its unity and respect and purpose that it brings. So for many years it's been trailblazers on various levels, and our members who have seen the leaders that have gone before them should regard them as the heroes, shine the light on them, build on what they've built and what they've already established, and try to do even better, because we can always do better. So it's an organization where everybody can bloom, and flowers bloom with water and love and sunshine, and our organization does the same with the leaders that we have that have come and gone and the leaders that we're trying to build. So for BPW members who are striving to be better and grow more, is find yourself a great mentor in BPW. Attach yourself and find others around you that can really help to build and mentor you forward to achieve some goals. I could like to say that in BPW, I am so inspired by the young members that are coming forward. They are absolutely amazing. They're accomplished, they're diverse, they are educated, they have passion. And I think we need to harness them and bring them into the organization as quickly as possible to help lead us into the future, because the world is in a very different place. Things are not the same as they were for many of us. And we strongly now need ethical, committed, passionate, moral leaders for our communities, our organization, our countries, and the world. And we as BPW need to build them, need to mentor them, bring them forward. And they're there. We just got to go and pick up those jewels and open up the oyster of the world, get those jewels, develop them, and create a world and help to create a world that we would be very proud of.